Here's more of a question for faith communities, Jose. And I know that you've had a whole bunch of experiments and ideas and iterations of things that you all have done. But for you and your community in East Harlem, um, wrestling through and imagining a more generative, abundant economy and ways to cultivate that ecosystem in East Harlem, which is a really unique and really creative, vibrant neighborhood, has been a big part of how you understood your mission as a church. Um, I wonder if you could share some examples of how that's happened in East Harlem, where you have lived and ministered for a long, long time. And maybe some ideas that maybe haven't happened yet. You're like, this would be
Hmm.
fun. So both those things, if you want to, maybe stuff that's happened and also future schemes that might give birth to other imaginations here. Call.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that there's definitely a real practical section where we take some of the theological thinking and uh, put some flesh and bones to it. Some of you may have heard, our church does something called a cash mob, and we basically crowdsource a group of people from the church and also local residents to support a locally owned indigenous business. And we do that in conjunction with another church, a partner church, and also with Buy Local East Harlem, Union Settlement. So it's become a partnership. Before it was just our church, and the concept is super simple. Uh, you get a crowd of folks after the benediction on a Sunday, right? We're sending folks forth, so it's also liturgical in nature, in terms of a charge, and you have them go into a local establishment and pay cash, because some of the research shows that actually paying cash circulates in communities much longer. And if you, let's say you go to a large big box store, like, take your favorite one, Target, uh, you don't know where your money is going. It might be going to corporate headquarters outside of New York, into some sort of shared system. But when you spend dollars locally, you know that you can follow the dollar chains. I'll give you an example. At one of our cash mobs, uh, at the end of it, the owner, Michelle, gave so much gratitude because she had mentioned that the money that they had earned that day, or that they had received that day from just people paying cash, uh, allowed her to make payroll. So it was for someone who lived in the neighborhood. So she was able to pay a person who lived in the neighborhood, who now was able to shop for groceries with those dollars in the neighborhood as well. Maybe buy a soccer uniform for his kid, and the dollar chains continue. And that's the shared economy. That's mutuality. That's what happens when we actually care about how local networks can actually resource dollars. Now,